All right, now we're gonna look at number 9. Number 9, it's a probability question. It's a normal probability, as you can see. Now, they didn't give you the mean and the standard deviation. Part A, find the probability that mean minus 1.5 standard deviation is less than X is less than mean plus 1.5 standard deviation. Now, this is more of an understanding question. If you recognize it, basically what they're asking you here is you have your normal distribution here. You have your mean in the middle. And then they want 1 plus 1.5 standard deviation minus 1.5 standard deviation. They want to know what's happening between. Well, this is going to be the same thing if you turn it into your Z distribution and make this 0. That's going to be 1.5 and that's going to be negative 1.5. Right? So for your Z distribution is going to be a mean of 0 and a standard deviation of 1. So I can just use my normal CDF. It's going to be between 1.5, negative 1.5 to positive 1.5. And it's going to be 0 and 1. And punch in the calculator, it's going to give you 0.866. Okay, so that's part A. Just recognize that this is equivalent to the Z-score, normal distribution. Okay, part B. The avocados grown on farm have weights, and they give you this. It's normally distributed, and they categorize them as small, medium, large, or premium. And you have the probability of each of the 4 over there. The maximum weight of a small avocados is 106.2. Small is right here. So let me color code it. It's easier to see. Small is this. The minimum weight of a premium is 182.6. Premium is over here. That's that. And you can see the question asks you find both mean and the standard deviation. Anytime you see that, right, you should say, 2 equations, 2 unknown. That's what they want. I need to set up 2 Z-scores, and I need to solve for it. Like 2 Z-scores, I need to solve for it. So first of all, I need to find the Z-scores for the 0.04. I need to find the Z-scores not for 0.096, but 0.100% minus that. So 0.904 is what you're trying to look for, right? So look for the Z-scores. So probability of X less than 106.2. So if I want to write it out loud, it would be like this. It's equal to 0.04. Probability of greater than 182.6 is the 0.096. Okay, so I need to find the Z-score. I'm going to call it Z1. And on the calculator here, it's negative 1.75 roughly. I'll probably want to keep more digits because I don't want to round here. Again, use your calculator here, normal CDF. Make sure you do the 1, subtract that, and the Z-score is 1.30468. Okay, so now you can set up your 2 equations. The first equation is going to be your X value, which is 106.2 minus the mean over the standard deviation. The second equation is your 182.6 minus mean over the standard deviation. Solving the linear system here, you can do it graphically, or you can, well, it's not too bad to do it by hand here. I would, again, bring it over to this side. So this becomes negative 1.75068 equal 106.2 minus mu. Here, this is 1.3. Actually, I'll put down here 1.30468 equal 182.6 minus mu. So I'll do elimination because it's easier. I'll probably do equation 2 minus equation 1 because then you get positive numbers. 2 minus 1, you're going to eliminate your mean and you can solve for the standard deviation. Okay. Because of time here, I'm going to skip a couple steps here. I will solve this one. Round up to 3 sig fig would be 25.0. Okay. Now, once you get the standard deviation, you can sub back into either one of those two equations and find your mean, mu. And I get 149.976. So 3 sig fig would be 150 with a dot. Okay. Now, if you are struggling with the algebra here, you can also use it. You can also use a graphing calculator, right? Just bring this and bring back Z1. Bring this over. That bring back Z2, and you do 2 equations and do point of intersection between the 2. Okay. So I'll add it here. So you can treat this as y equal 106.2 minus mu divided by negative 1.75068. That's your y1. And here you're going to do 182.6 minus mu over 1.30468. And that's going to be your y2. y1, y2. You can find the point of intersection using second trace 5. Enter, enter, and enter. Okay, so that's the mean and the standard deviation, and that's going to be part B. Okay, part C. The supermarket purchased all the avocados from the farm that weigh more than 106.2. So if you go back here, more than 106.2 would be anything that's not small, right? 100% minus that would be 0.96. Right? So 96% of everything. C, find the probability that an avocado chosen at random from this purchase categorized as medium, large, or premium, right? So you have to recognize this. It's actually a conditional probability. Because you're only picking from the one that's more than 106.2 grams, right? So the condition is you're not picking the small ones. You're picking the other 3. So you're simply just doing the medium divided by 1 minus small, the large divided by 1 minus small, and so on and so forth. Okay, so what are we looking for here then? Yeah, so medium would be probability of medium given that they're not small. So the denominator is going to be 0.96. The numerator is going to be 0.576. And if you divide that around the 3 sig fig, it's about 0.6. Okay, and then if you do the large, again, given that's not small, that's going to give you 0.288. Right. That's about 0.3. Actually, it's exactly, right? And then the last one, probability of premium, given that is not small, is going to equal to the last one, which is 0.096 divided by 0.96, or exactly 0.1 here. Okay, so that's part C. It's conditional probability, recognizing that we're not counting the small ones. Okay, last little bit. The selling prices of different category of avocados at the supermarket are shown here. The supermarket pays $200 for the avocados and assume it will then sell them in the exactly same proportion as purchased from the farm. According to this model, find the minimum number of avocados that must be sold, so the net profit for the supermarket is at least $438. Okay, so here we have to find the probability. So it's the probability distribution here. So the probability of the medium is 0.6. The probability of the large was 0.3. The probability of premium was 0.1. So this is going to be 1.1 times 0.6, 1.29 times 0.3, and 1.96 times 0.1. Okay. And then I have to multiply everything by the number. So that is going to be N, right? So this is going to be the net revenue. I need to pay $200 and I want a profit of at least 438. Okay, so punch in the calculator here and simplified, I get 100.243 N minus 200. So it's greater than or equal to 638. Right, now that's a very simple questions to solve. N is going to be this divided by that, which means N must be greater than or equal to 513.274. Now we'll want the minimum number. So the minimum number would be 514 avocados. Okay, and there is the last question on your paper 2.